My name is Brian Cottle, and I represent Team 887, or Team Forspec. The other members of our team are Stefan Niederauer and Robert Hitchcock. Now, the device that we designed, the Forspec, deals with diagnosing pelvic floor disorders, which affect millions of women. Taking one of these disorders into account, pelvic organ prolapse affects 40% of women over the age of 50, totaling 3.3 million women in the United States. Now, that number is projected to increase to 4.9 million women in 2050. Taking into account another pelvic floor disorder, urinary incontinence affects 15 million women in the United States and accounts for $20 billion in annual medical costs. Now, in spite of the prevalence of these disorders, current methods of diagnosis are insufficient. When clinicians diagnose pelvic floor disorders, they take into account the strength of the pelvic floor muscles, which have been highly correlated to pelvic floor disorders. But when they take these measurements, because of the method of performing these measurements, the results in the diagnosis are subjective and only moderately repeatable at best. Now, thinking back to how many women suffer from these disorders, over 18 million women could benefit from an improved diagnosis. Now, if these 18 million women who suffer from only these two pelvic floor disorders went annually to their physician for an exam, our predicted annual revenue would be $1.2 to $1.6 million. That is why we've built the Forspec, which is a device that completely removes the subjectivity of the physician from the diagnosis. Now, we know that this device works, helps clinicians and patients, because it is currently being used in clinics at the U and has been used to take measurements on more than 50 women. And this device helps clinicians by accurately and inexpensively and wirelessly performing the measurement. And after every measurement, it generates an electronic record for the physician. And this device helps reduce the amount of time that clinicians spend in the procedure. Now, by continuing with this device and creating a more marketable version, we know that we will be able to help improve the lives of these 18 million women that suffer from pelvic floor disorders. Thank you.